Shalom, friends. Welcome back. This week I'd like to speak to you about equality. Is there such a thing? Certainly within our faith tradition, Judaism advocates for equality, that everyone should be treated by the same yardstick equally. In fact, the Torah goes out of its way several times to say, don't favor the rich over the poor over the rich. Everyone should be treated by the same measure. But again, is this possible? Do we treat the people who are heavily weighted in the pocket the same way as we do those who are impoverished? Do we treat people who have numerous degrees the same way as those who are less than sharp? And I think perhaps it's one of the human foibles that we're charged with the responsibility of treating people the same way. Is it possible? Do we? When a person comes before the judge, are they seen the same way as everyone else, or are they judged based upon how they look, how they dress, how they speak? So what I'd like to focus on in this week's Parsha, which is called Naso, is a 15-word beautiful piece of poetry that is a blessing that is given to the people. In Israel, this blessing is given every single Shabbat. In the diaspora, in traditional congregations, it is given only on the high holidays and on several of the festivals as well. Yevarechecha is the word that it begins with. May God bless you. And these words are given over to the people from the Kohanim, that is, to the descendants of Aaron, the priest. All male descendants from them stand up in front of the congregation and they raise their hands in front of the people and they pronounce this blessing, again, in the diaspora and on Shabbat at different times. It's powerful. And there's a question that is raised by the Talmud. What gives the Kohanim the right, the responsibility to be the representatives of God and give the blessing? In other words, when the Kohains stand in front of the people and they bless them, are they not seen as other? Do we not immediately see them as different from us? And they are standing on a dais above the people, and they're looking down at the people. Perhaps they have that sense that we're better than you. And as the people are standing below and looking upward, maybe they're thinking the opposite. You're better than us because you're standing on this dais. You're above us. The Talmud wrestles with this issue by saying, should the Kohanim stand in front of the people face to face? As they are representing God, will they not be seen as perhaps almost angelic beings that are representative of God and seen as different from everybody else, above everyone else? That's a problem, isn't it? And one of the solutions that the Talmud renders is that maybe they should turn their back on the people and bless them, so that the people aren't seeing their face and thinking that they are the representative of God, but rather looking at the back. And it diminishes their stature. But the argument against that is that God says, I will bless my people panim el panim, face to face. And as these people are representing me, giving this priestly blessing, they shouldn't have their back to the people, but rather they should face them. One additional issue is that if you have ever seen it's called Birkat HaKohanim, or in Yiddish we call it Duchening, occur, you know that the Kohanim raise their hands above their head in a particular configuration as they bless the people. This configuration is supposed to be representative of the four-lettered name of God, that, as it were, the fingers are spelling out the Yud, the Hey, the Vav, and the Hey. So it gives them even more power as they're saying these powerful words to the people. The rabbis, again, wrestle with this, and they say they should be facing the people, but they shouldn't be facing the people because we can argue both sides of the issue. So the compromise was that they would put the talis, that is to say their prayer shawl, over their head as they bless the people, so that they're facing the people, but the people are not seeing their face. A blessing is a very powerful thing. Question: what would you give to be blessed by your parent, your mother, your father, your grandparent, especially if they're no longer alive? What would you give to capture a moment in time when that could occur? It's a very incredibly powerful thought, and almost like a magic dream that we wish could come true. But we are endowed with that ability and the power to bless one another. And I think that is the ultimate lesson of this priestly blessing, that we should be doing the same for one another. Parents should be blessing their children. Spouses should be blessing each other. We should give blessings as gifts to one another. and the receptivity of it, the ability to be able to open our heart and the heart be opened by that blessing is almost beyond words. So listen, as we pronounce this Yivarechecha in this week's Torah portion, open your own heart and then say, what can I give to somebody whom I love? Not as better than they, as equal than they, but as an ultimate gift of love.